favourable for the survivors. Say, for example, never mind, we're going live. Shit. Well, anyway, we do have Velvet Room on Special Infected, Alerion on Team Survivor, and they are moving out. But the tank has already spawned. We do have a Hunter jumping around. He looks like he's trying to get a cat. He's not going to get one. Charger getting destroyed. Jerky coming in, getting a nice little ride on coaches. A bit more damage than I expected. And Nick's about to get pounced by a Hunter. No, never mind, Ellis patches. Oh, we do not have Worms either. God damn it. Well, tank is up in the hands of Dust. We have no Worm for this team, so we'll keep it here. Tank is doing his traditional job of avoiding any and all forms of chip. And, of course, Tank does lose frustration in this scenario where the survivors have to hold up in the safe room. We do see a Hunter coming up for the SI, but that's about it.
I can see with the survivors have got one shotgun, I think, with it. I believe is that Grin or is that Sol? I believe it might be Sol. We've got Rochelle, played by Purple, who's got the shotgun. Razzle has double pistols, while Dana has an axe. Now the tank's going to come in with a single that weapon setup can do. Tank's got the support, missing a punch there on Ellis, and again, getting juked. Dust is in very low health already. And there's a Hunter landing it back and focusing on Ellis' attack. And he goes down really quickly, and not even an in-cap.
That was very well taken by the survivors there. I mean, Tank, unfortunately, getting juked, as you said, by Ellis, good 3 times. And, I mean, every juke that went out there resulted in a 500 damage melee swing, so that Tank got munched really early. I mean, while he was focusing and missing punches on Ellis, he had the shotgun and the SMG in his back. To not get it down from that Tank, that's not a very good start for Velvet Room. They do have a pretty good setup though for this next set. It is going to be a 3-1 with spin support, smoke with Jockey and the Hunters. Not the best. I mean, in this scenario you would have liked to have seen the Charger, but at the same time the SI have taken advantage of the pre-spawned Hunter, scratching out the doors and releasing flames upon everyone. But the survivors now in a pretty precarious position, although unfortunately with the setup they have there's going to be no death. You may get a ledge hang with the Jockey, which could result in a little bit of damage. But the Smoker is also going to go for the ledge hang. He's not going to get it, and the Spitter and Smoker have pre-spawned. Survivors are just going to rush through the fire as they do have more than enough help to do so. Jockey and Hunter are coming in from in front. Do land. There's a lot of damage going out from a Smoking Spit and a little bit of a Pouncing Spit as well.
Yeah, there was a momentary double cap there as well. Hunter would have made it a tri-cap if it weren't for an M2 at the front. That's actually good damage from Velvet Room, but it's not really enough to make up for the fact that they could have easily scored huge damage from the tank. It just didn't work out.
Well, I mean, they've spread 3 survivors sort of across the board in terms of damage to the health bonus. Danny, of course, has no permanent health whatsoever to speak of, but at the same time, it's still no one suffered an in-cap. So, I mean, there's going to be a pretty damn big bonus unless they can whittle it down. I mean, this hit can go one of 2 ways. I mean, they don't have this, well, they do have the Spitter and the Charger, so that good graze for them. Hunter has pre-spawned, well everything's pre-spawned at the moment. Survivors are going to cautiously open the door, trigger the horde. Hunter does get a pounce and spin, but gets cleared really quickly. Charger gets destroyed, and of course Dan is the one taking all the beat from the Boomer. So that's going to be a pretty solid rush for the survivors to clear out this column in front. And they're pretty much going to have one sort of big hit to take just as they get outside this kitchen area into the more open area where the fire is. I mean, that could cause some trouble. And there is a witch. Where is she?
Well, Dana's got a shotgun. He will no doubt be the one going to try and tackle this witch. Except Nick is going up front first. He's right around the corner from where the witch is. There's a Jockey on the table. And he's going and misses the ground. There's Razzle. He goes and takes the witch. There's a Hunter in the back on Purple. The Smoker up front pulling someone as well. That's a lot of damage. That's a huge amount of damage on the bonus.
That's a great amount of damage. You get a full in-cap on someone who's bonus and hasn't taken it down yet. Ellis avoids all the damage in that attack because he's the one you want to take it all, essentially. Why Nick was so close to that witch, I don't know. And why no one was covering Purple in the back, I also don't know. But Purple's an idiot, so we'll just blame him for that. But we do see Team Alerion making the safe room with a pretty respectable health bonus, all things considering. But it could have been so much bigger. I mean, they could just get shy of 300 points at 292. But it's now going to be Velvet's chance to run down on their survivor play as well. But before this round does go live, a little bit of a roster rundown here. For Team Velvet, we do have Dolmite, Dust, Alexi, and Era. And do you want to take away Team Alerion drive?
Yeah, for Team Alerion, we have Raza, Danny, Purple, and I believe that is Soul who is there for.
Let's follow them to the mall.
Oh, there we go. Round is already going live. Tank spawn is in enough instantaneous, and we do not have war rooms either, so we'll rock this away as soon as the round is live. Round is live. Well, survivors are going to position the nice little plastic chair in front of the SI to try and prevent any sort of big damage coming in off this first hit. But we are going to see the tank near enough instantly, and I don't think the Charger's really going to be in a position to get that charge for that spitter. Hunter has pre-spawned as the hunting player has become the tank. The tank is up in the hands of Purple. This could go drastically terrible for the SI. And we do see all the SI spawn. Spitter is going to get killed. The jockey is currently jumping around. Tank is trying to kill the jockey, perhaps?
I think he's just more concerned with interior design and wrecking some doors.
Well, I mean, at this point, he can't really do much. I mean, he's waiting for that third SI to come up. And kiss me on my HUD as a boomer. Get off my HUD. You're still on my HUD as a boomer. No! Everything. There it goes. So we do have a jockey, Hunter, and the Charger. So, I mean, it's a pretty solid tri-cap. But I don't know. I think I kind of like the Smoker. No, I don't like the Smoker in this area because even though it's great to get people up off those air conditioning units, it's like crap because you die in 2 seconds. But the tank is going to roll in, and he just punches the annoying chair out of the way. Tank is currently surrounding the survivors. They're doing it. Oh, nice double punch. Hunter is coming in. Charger lands. Hunter lands. They have both now been cleared, but that tank is doing work. He's still got great HP. He's got 2 survivors cornered. He's got like so many double punches. Michelle is going to work though with that axe, but she's going to get cornered as well. There's another double punch coming in. Tank is now dead. But look at the damage.
Indeed, yeah, 2 incaps, landing so many double punches in that sort of fisticuffs there.
Oh, hell no.
So many double punches. That's a lot of damage for that tank. The love was well and truly spread. We do see an attack going in, however. Jockey does land in the front. Charger gets leveled. Jockey's cleared quickly. We do have a Smoker and a Spitter up. But, I mean, that's just going to cause a little bit of delay if they even go for it with a pull-off. They are going to go for it. Smoker does get a pull. Spit goes down. Oh, that's a nice separation pull and the ledge hang just for some additional annoyance. Michelle
And the
doesn't get caught in
Smoker
this
is
bit.
right there, and Nick actually gets some.
Hey, thanks a lot.
That's going to slow the survivors down a bit, though, and, you know, going to get them back in sync. But they do have a lot of... I don't know, they could potentially pull something off here with the jockey and the hunter. They are trying to scratch out the doors, but the hunter is going to get taken out. At this point, I mean, I guess it's just sacking for that ideal hit at the bottom of the elevator. But they do have a Charger up.
They do indeed, and
He's
he
going
has
in.
spawned up. He's going for it.
He doesn't get the death jump.
Rochelle is separated like completely from the others. A jockey has someone up front. A Velvet Room are separating on a huge scale here.
And they don't get the incap on the second survivor, but they do get the incap on Rochelle with that Charger. Smoker is now up as well. That's going to pull Nick right off the back.
Oh.
So the delays are real, and they can't really risk picking both survivors up at the same time with that Smoker lurking just for the sake of that third incap.
They have to hope now for reaching the safe room. It really is just damage limitation for them for round 1. And it's not to say that they're out of it, but they didn't get their tank right, and now they're really struggling to keep their health when they're only about halfway through the map.
Well, here comes the Hunter and the Spitter as well. Boomer does land on 1 survivor. Spit is going to go down on nothing, unfortunately. The Hunter gets skeeted, and the Spit just kind of pulls in the corner. There is a Jerky coming in just for some additional screwage, and he gets destroyed. But, I mean, Alexi's the only real bonus. So I guess we're going to see the SI. I don't know, what do you think you do if you're the SI at this point? Do you go for the damage on Coach, or do you just go for the free kill? Because I believe is that Nick's second down?
I believe it is, yeah. He's going to be up, and he's going to be black and white. At this point, I would say the team don't actually worry so much about it. Just, attack normally, and if you catch either the black and white guy, the bonus guy, then, that's better, that's bonus. But I think some teams get so head up on focusing on one guy, but it becomes a little bit problematic. But the dude's keeping the Hunter. Yeah, the Charger's on fire, and going on Ellis. And that's Arrow, who's probably going to go down from that. Yeah, and he does.
Well,
he's also black and white.
Is he also black and white? God damn, man,
Yeah.
he is. So that's 2 black and whites, 1 bit of bonus left. I'm surprised to see the survivors not kind of rushing this here and getting into a better position to try and deal with that witch, because the SI are going to have a full hit. What is going to be? That's the last spawn. It's going to be a hunter, so I mean they do have the potential to kill someone if they can get a bouncing spit. And just to top it off and make it even more irritating, Boom's going to land in front while the spit block goes off on the back, which is just going to bleed the black and white survivors down even lower.
I think they're going to try and trigger the witch from afar. I mean, they can see the spit is there.
Yeah, they could definitely do it. The spit, once again, is going to throw out another delay spit. Survivors are able to get into the room, though. But I mean, this is pretty damn dangerous. The witch is currently being sat upon by the spitter. They do have the hunter, the smoker, and that final spawn is going to be a jockey. So not the charger they wanted. But here goes the crown in attempt. They're going for the crown. The splash goes out. The crown goes out. Hunter gets dead stopped and M2'd and just shot in the face. Smoker goes out in the back.
Coach getting pulled in the fire. That's Alexi's bonus.
Yeah, Alexi's bonus does go, so they do get the bonus. It does look like I don't know. They could still get a kill out of this.
Let's see, they got the next spawns coming up. There's a couple that are about 4 seconds away.
They should definitely get a charger, and there's 2 survivors really sort of straggling in the back.
But they do actually make it in.
They do make it in. As you said, you know, damage limitation, they make it in with all 4 survivors. They only get 36 bonus for their trouble. But I mean, you know, it's one of those maps where you can actually do pretty damn well in terms of getting, you know, you can make a significant comeback, I find, on map 3, if any of the maps. All it takes is, like, you know, that one good escalator hit or that one good tank.
Yeah, for me, map 3 of this campaign really is the key map for momentum, because it's actually, for tank fights, it's actually more survivor bias, I think. You've got so much liberty and movement when you're floating around the escalator areas, for example. You can just have basically that whole ring to move around. You can easily predict where the tank is going to go, and even if he changes his direction at the last second, you know, you can easily accommodate for that as a survivor unit. And it actually makes it a lot harder for the tank to do anything, and it places more pressure on the support to actually intercept at the right time, if they could even get enough time to do it.
Well, we do see another quick ready-up going on. So we do have Team Alerion on Survivor, Team Velvet Room on Special Infected. Opening hit is going to be a Jockey, Charger, Spitter. I can't see the final spawn because I happen to have a spec card on. Well, we do see the attack going in. We do see the Hunter getting skeeted, Charger getting mowed down. Jockey does land momentarily, Spit goes down to nothing as a result. That was pretty well taken out. We do see 8 points of damage coming out just from that Jockey ride. But, I mean, unfortunately, nothing really much to speak of there in terms of big damage. I mean, that was a pretty good opening hit as well that we see from a lot of their side teams.
Yeah, I mean, Alerion rolled out of a safe with intent, carrying 4 chrome shotties and just blasting everything that came near. And even for a slight bit of desynchronization, they punished Velvet Room's SI attack there for Hunter going in just a little bit early, and then the Charger getting completely mowed down.
Oh, well, we don't have an attack. That's a perfect time for me to put my spec card on.
Well, they do have a Hunter, Jockey, Boomer, and a Smoker for this next attack, so no Charger or Spitter. I imagine they probably just want to attack as early as they can with this sort of setup, to be honest, because they need to think ahead about what they're going to do with the room up ahead with the choke on the stairs. There's also a tank of 49%, so they really have to be thinking more about what to do when that trigger is reached.
Well, I mean, this isn't a bad area to fight the tank. I mean, you always see the tank go for that. We do see the attack coming in, Jockey and Hunter coming in from above. Smoke looking for that pull in front, doesn't get the pull. Nice tri-boom going out in the back, turns into a bath pack thanks to the proxy. But not as much damage as it could have been. We do see a smoke going out in the back on one survivor. A couple of ticks of damage and a couple of hits from the common as well. But if anything, that's a really good delaying attack. I mean, they will probably get the charge on the Spitter, but I think they're going to get a 2-2 for this next hit. Although the Hunter did die before the Boomer was popped, so I don't know.
I don't know if it'll be a 2-2. I mean, it could be, but it's unlikely. But there's a Charger Spitter at a Hunter. Yeah. So we just got to see what Dust gets next. I'm pretty sure they're coming close now to triggering the tank. As it is 44% where the survivors are right now, so they're probably going to trigger it when they're sort of upstairs, I think.
I imagine when they walk upstairs towards the pills cabinet and possibly out onto that balcony, they could trigger it. I mean, this hit's going to be big. The Hunter is going in. Hunter does get the land. The spit goes down, but the Charger gets nothing. Jockey comes in from behind, gets M2 and shut down. Everything goes down flawlessly. And this gives the survivors a lot of options here. They can push this tank, spawn it, and then shoot the shit out of it, or at least force it to line of sight itself for a while.
Yeah. Well, if they want to push, which they're not going to, they're going to go back. I was just about to say, if they pushed it, they were at a great risk of a tank having immediate access right there to the car, as well as support not far away from triggering either.
The tank isn't going for the bullshit Honda. There is another Honda the tank can play with, but why isn't he going for the police Honda? Get back there, man. What are you doing? How many times have you seen that bullshit Honda come over that roof and land on some poor unsuspecting soul? We do see a boomer spawning up right in front of the survivors. He does get a single boom. Is the tank? No, the tank is not going to commit on that. He's in a pretty good place at the moment. He does reposition himself to the bridge, and we are going to see him go shit. He is going in. Tank is currently in. Survivors are gunning him down. Nick is managing to get away with the tank. Does have a quick corner on Michelle. Nick is going balls to the wall in the back with an axe. Does get taken out. Does get pounds. Charger land. Hunter is doing a lot of damage to Nick here.
Tank I missed a punch on purple.
He does miss a punch, but the tank is spreading the love. Ellis has put himself in a pretty good position to get some chip in on the tank.
Oh, he shouldn't have thrown a rock there. He could have easily punched Coach by swinging around, but decided to do a rock when he had low health.
Hey, I ain't leaving you, but you better
go. Yeah, well, Michelle does get taken out just for being daft. But that's pretty good damage spread, actually, by that tank. I mean, I'm surprised he committed after the boom had won so low, and he still didn't have that third spawn. His captain support that did land did do some work. Hunter did quite a bit of damage. Tank got a good few punches in. I mean, all in all, not bad. Could have gone a bit better for the survivors, but we do see a boom going out on one survivor. Michelle is going to get picked with that. Coach is out of the split. We do see a momentary pull go on at Nick at the back, and a jerky is coming in looking for some additional screwage, and here he comes, and he gets M2 and shut down. Poor jockey. Michelle just dealing with some common, and but, I don't know, survivors are in a pretty good. Where are they in terms of health? I don't know, the health isn't brilliant. I mean, they do have a lot of bonus on Coach. They do still have some bonus on Razor as well, who's currently playing Ellis. But, I mean, this event can make or break.
Yeah, true. I mean, this event is always a killer if any team goes into it with less than stellar health. Having said that, though, I believe the Cola is now positioned slightly more within the shot rather than at the far back. The switch, though, is here. She's already pissed off. And Nick triggers her. They're going to send all their spawns from below. And that she's going to be dead before she even reaches Nick.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a really... Well, we do see Hunter getting skeeted, actually. Charger does land. Spitter gets M2 before it gets the spit off. So, I mean, a lot of damage potential wiped out there. But, I mean, it's still damage. Survivors don't really have much health to speak of apart from 2 survivors. And, importantly, they have one more set of pills. Purple's going to need them pretty soon. And Dan looks like he's going to be the one to commit them. But do you go for full distance here? Do you go behind the truck first, or do you go straight for that cola?
Well, it's hard to say because they don't exactly need the full distance just yet, and they've got full running speed at the moment, all 4 of them. And like I said, the cola's like there in the actual closet rather than far back of the refrigerators, so they don't have far to go out. And it's going to be up. The smoker's in the back, but misses tongue. Nick goes behind, though, back into the shot. There's a double cap going on Coach as well. Dana might go down. He's stuck in spit. They do have one spare set of pills again, which they are going to get to Dana, but now Purple's going to be running slow.
Well, I mean, touch wood, they've got past the worst of the hits. I mean, I think they're going to be able to get the cola in before the full hit is up, so you may see a delayed pull go out, maybe, a delayed cap of some sort. But, I mean, they've done the hardest part of it. They are going to get the full hit, and the survivors are going to be out of the sort of danger area before it fully comes up. So they are going to make it, I would say, comfortably to the safe room at this point. But whether they can preserve what's left of the bonus on Coach, though, is another thing.
I've just seen Whitaker for the first time. I've never seen him in all these years. It actually looks like a non-infected, uncommon infected from the passing. He's dressed just like one of them. I can't believe I've never seen him.
What do you do with your casting life?
Like focusing on the matches at hand.
Not cast Dead Center?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, Dead Center. Playing Dead Center. We never see this map anymore. It's a fun map. Well, we do see the last hit come up for the SI. It is going to be a tri-cap with booming support, charger, jockey, and smoker for capping support. Hit is going to go in. Smoker misses his tongue. Boomer does get a boom in on one. Jockey's coming in. Smoker's tongue once again getting cut. Jockey gets shut down. Smoker's tongue is just being trolled at the moment by Rochelle with that machete. And it looks like the survivors are going to make it in. They do still have bonus to speak of as well. 2 in-caps going out, but a lot of bonus on code. And that is going to be another 288 bonus. I think that's pretty damn respectable on this map.
Yeah, I mean, for Dead Center, first 2 maps are averaging about 800 points per map. So, yeah, I mean, they're still going strong. I mean, they probably would have felt like they could have made the safe room with quite a bit more substantial bonus. But reaching the safe room is enough on this map, I think, especially if you're playing at this particular level of the tournament where you have sort of either top 4, 6, or 8 teams vying to battle out with each other for a spot in the playoffs. So yeah, for that to happen, they've done pretty well, I think.
Well, they do have a 50% tank spawn as well, so I mean, they got to the tank with relatively good health. They didn't really take any hits leading up to it. They walked out the tank probably in a lot worse of a situation than they expected to, especially in terms of health. But we are going to see the opening hit. So tri-cap with Spit, Hunter, Jockey, and Charger for capping support. I mean, we didn't see, we saw 8 damage go out on this hit last time. So we can see an improvement on that. SI look like they're coming from near enough the same position. Hunter from behind the Cedar trailer. The Jockey, Charger, and the Spitter above the survivors on the little archway.
Yeah, Hunter's already pre-spawned. Jockey's going to go into the back, getting M2. Getting skeeted as a Hunter, and a Charger missing his charge completely on the other side of the railing. Everything getting shut down. Only 4 damage on the board.
Or even less damage. So it looks like Velvet Room are more than prepared. I mean, we have only seen 1 map from each. Well, we've seen the first round of the second map for Team Alerion, but at the same time, I mean, Velvet Room are by no means are a slouching team.
I know it's all. Smoker at the back though, missing the tongue. They feel like chipping him a bit, but Smoker's just going to go and get a despawn, predictably. I believe, see a boomer because Kiss Me apparently is a boomer on my HUD.
Because he's fat.
So we have a Spitter, Jockey, Smoker, and a Hunter up. So again, it's pretty much similar sort of 2-2 that we had, except, well, no, we had a 2-2 back then, but there's no boomer here. It was a 3-1, no charges to accompany the Spitter. You're just going in, they all managed to make it out. Again, they're just sort of shutting down the SI attacks, and the SI seems to be coming from the same direction as each other.
Well, yeah, everything sort of came from behind then. I was expecting at least one of the cappers to come from in front. I mean, if you think about it, everyone got out the door. No one got capped. No one really suffering any of the spit damage at all. If something had come from the front, if not the Hunter, then at least the Jockey, someone probably would have got stumbled into that spit.
Over the dump truck here.
Indeed. But now the question is, what will Alerion do with their SI tag here? Because they know where the tank triggers. And I don't think they're going to do the same thing that Velvet Room did here with their SI.
Well, they don't have the Spitter here, but I mean, they still have damage potential. But I don't know, do you save this hit? I think I saved this hit myself. I mean, if they do try to push the tank, then you've got something to combat that. If they run back, you've got the Charger to try and slow them down.
It seems like they're going to attack. Yeah.
Carry on, sir.
Hunter going in, constantly getting M2'd and then sliced to death with the machete. Charger is still there, though, and getting a charge. A tank still has not been triggered yet, but we have to go out on the outside. There it is now, and they're going to go back to.
That's probably a wiser choice. We're going to see the tank go for the bullshit Honda. No, we're not. This tank is just going to roll straight up to the top of the roof. It looks like they're going to hold off in relatively the same place that Alerion did. But they do have another boomer.
I think they realise that if they go all the way back, it might encourage the tank to actually invoke the bullshit Honda that's there. But if the tank is waiting, you're going to try and do a run. Boomer getting popped, Rock getting skeeted. Dealt with that pretty well. I mean, the tank didn't take that much chip, for only about 300. This Hunter, though, I mean, Purple, obviously, is looking for this DP.
Well, it was a pretty good idea, actually, to sort of send the tank in, take a little bit of chip and look for that rock, but at the same time, drop the boomer in just so no one could catch on. But I mean, Velvet Room once again showing that they're more than prepared to handle what Alerion are prepared to throw at them. So it's going to work out pretty damn well if they can get out of this tank without really suffering any income. Tank is going to be rolling straight in the Survivor's doing a pretty good job of baiting, but we do see Survivor getting cornered. Ellis once again dodging another putt, but the hit's coming in. They do see a double cap land in. Jockey trying to get that last Survivor. Jockey has been taken out, but the Charger's doing work. The Hunter's doing a lot of damage. Alice goes down. Charger gets the in cap. Hunter gets the in cap. Almost. Hunter does get cleared. Tank is just going to turn around though. Misses a punch on Michelle. Does get the in cap. It's just
He's
Coach
got
up.
plenty of health though to handle Coach. Gets stumbled by the canister, but I don't think that's going to be enough to save him, and takes the punch. And no, he can't take his pills in time. He goes down, and that is the wipe by Alerion there. A brilliant SI play. Yeah, a great time play as well. I think the biggest problem there for Velvet Room was that Dolomite decided to commit by going over the other side and struggled to get back, whilst the rest of his team was essentially caught in a double cap. He handled the jockey, but pretty much separated himself from everyone else.
Yeah, he managed to get rid of the jockey, as you said, but unfortunately, he put himself in a position that he could just not get back to cover his teammates. That Hunter was on for a long time. I mean, I think one of the mistakes there was actually trying to clear the Charger first before going for the Hunter, but from the position that he was in, he couldn't even shoot at the Hunter without getting rid of the Charger first. I mean, as you said, when a tank is sitting on 2,000 HP and you've got 3 survivors down, there is no way that last survivor is going to be able to make it out of there.
Well, now it'll be interesting to see what happens in map 3, because as I said, this is the momentum map, and what will happen here is that either Alerion will further cement their advantage and possibly build on it for even greater points delta, or Velvet might be able to stage a comeback. I mean, it's unlikely that it's going to dramatically shift in the finale, so if anything big is going to happen, it's going to be this map right now.
Well, I mean, there's a 900-point difference going into this map now. I mean, I was really surprised. I mean, it was a solid tank. It was really good SI support as well, so I mean, you can't take it away from them getting that wipe. But it is going to be a 13% tank spawn, so I mean, that's going to be near enough instant. You do have a strike out with Boom. I'm turning on my spec cut again. But I mean, this tank, if the Boom is good, could roll straight in here. We do see the Survivors exit the safe room. Hunter jumps in. Survivors back up into the safe room. Hunter does land. Charger lands. There is no spit in support. The Boomer is currently waiting outside the safe room as there's a smoker. Boomer gets popped through the wall. And, the same fate is going to fall upon our smoking friend. Tank has been triggered though. It's up in the hands of Dolomite. Wait, no, I lied. It's up in the hands of Arrow. Why did I say Dolomite?
Because he had the previous map set.
That and me reading the SI that had been killed. We do see taking quite a bit of chip though. He's down 600 HP already. They do have a Hunter and Charger as cap in support, and they do get the Boomer.
Yeah, he decided to take a peek and didn't really anticipate Raza actually going up ahead to scout and score some chip, which he did opportunistically, and it paid off. But he's about to go second pass, and I think he's wanting to go in now, actually. I mean, he's got a double cap, with a Boomer. And there's a Charger at the far end pounding Nick, who does go down. Another punch on Coach. There's a Hunter still going, confusing them. And there's going to be a Boom as well on Nick. Arrow's tank is almost dead, but he gets an intercept rock on though to Ellis, and Razzle could die.
Well, they do get the tank there. The Boomer is still up, and they are trying frantically to clear Razzle. The Boomer is going to get a reboom in on Ellis, which is going to help them pick up Razzle. Boomer does get popped, but man, the Velvet Room tanks are doing work, doing a lot of damage. That Hunter's support during that tank was, I think, crucial in a way. It really prevented the survivors going balls to the wall on the tank, and they didn't kill the Hunter quick enough. It seems almost like the survivors were focusing it, looking for that kill. But I mean, the Charger did a lot of work, and that Boom on top of it as well was almost led to a death. At 13% thing, you don't want to lose the survivor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they were so close to it as well. I think the Hunter initially was doing great with the deception, but I think Coach, I don't know, it seemed to me like when he got punched, he got stranded from the rest of them. And I was wondering maybe the Hunter should have tried capitalizing on that. I didn't see if he tried to or not. We have attack going in there, Smoker getting pulled on Coach, Hunter missing, Charger missing as well. So pretty much a fairly comfortable shutdown by Team Alerion there. Mostly for the virtue of the SI not landing.
Well, there's still a good couple of hits for the SI to make use of. I mean, there's really narrow corridors coming up, and of course the charge spit is always great. And of course we do have the extended event during the rush for the escalator as well. I mean, you can get two pretty big hits there. You can get at least an in-cap off the first hit, and you sort of guarantee yourself well, not so much the perfect setup for the escalator kills, but you do sort of guarantee yourself enough time to position the SI that you do have to make something happen. We are going to see a pull go out in front though. We do see a Hunter looking for the intercept. Hunter does get intercept in the back. Boomer goes out on one. Spit does go down momentarily on Rochelle and Ellis in the back. The Witch is just ahead. Unfortunately though, the SI have lost all their spawns. Where's that Witch? Oh, she's in the main corridor. This should be a relatively easy crown for the survivors.
Yeah.
Unless Coach runs in and shoots her, that's not good. He's got an SMG. Ellis is going to go for the crown. He gets the crown. And it is going to give the SI one more hit. And, well, they do have the Charger and the Smoker. And now the Jockey. So we might see an early hit here. No, they do have the Boomer, so we probably won't see that early hit.
It looks like they are geared though to sort of attack as soon as they come out. And yeah, they're going in, Charger landing a triple charge with a triple boom following up as well. And Coach being Jockey instead of Coach, just to delay the clear from Nick. A huge amount of damage going here, and I think the Survivor almost got in-capped by the Smoker, but was saved at the last second.
Yeah, they're not doing too great in the health department. I mean, Purple's still carrying a lot of solid. Ellis still has a bit of perm left as well. But Raza and Danny are fully bleeding out, and they're currently just devouring all the kills. I mean, they are going to have a pretty horrid hit again. They do have a 2-2, which is a lot of stumble potential with that Boomer, and of course the Spit, just to get those two survivors at the back down. We are going to see the bonus kind of rushing in here. They do have a Jockey and a Charge as well for caps. Jockey is coming in, Jockey lands, Charger's looking for that intercept, Spit goes down, Charger does get a stumble, and nope, there is no Spit in that corner. For some reason I thought Rochelle jumped off the table into Spit. That could have been bad.
But it would have been purple anyway, so...
Would you like to see Purple get killed? Well, they're still alive. They still have all 4 survivors, and they're only about sort of 2 hits away from making safe from them. Maybe 3 at the speed in which they're moving, but unless the SI can make something special happen here with a charge Spit, a charge off, possibly. I mean, I don't think a ledge hang is going to be enough here to really slow them down.
Well, Purple is pretty much the #1 target on their list right now, and he's sort of staying in between the survivors and Spect. But this Hunter's actually going for Coach, trying to get him down, but didn't succeed.
Yeah, Razzie did pop the spare pills. We do have the Charger Smoker and a Jockey. Sorry, a Spitter.
A Smoker going there on his own. Spitter's already pre-spawned, and Charger's pretty much on his own too, but somehow gets Coach down.
And Coach does go down, but I mean, the survivors have already breached the top of the escalator. There is Alice, who's pretty low in the back, helping Coach up currently. Oh, and Coach gets a double stand-up just to add insult to injury.
Reloading.
Yeah.
Well, we do see that last hit coming up. It is going to be a Jockey, Boomer, Smoker, and a Hunter, so not the charge Spit. So I mean, I don't know, unless they can get like a good Boom and potentially a good Hunter in on Purple, I don't see them doing much damage to the bonus with this setup for the SI. I mean,
no, there's not a lot of potential with the way it is at the moment. And Boomer getting popped. Hunter coming in after Smoker pulled. And Jockey again, they're all going on Coach, but I mean, that's not who they should be targeting. And that's pretty much a free home run into the safe room.
And Coach is in black and white, so I'm not sure why they're dumping the last 2 hits on him. I mean, I really thought they would have gone for Purple there, but I don't know, maybe it's because Purple is sort of the ideal target. But they do make it in with, once again, breaching the 300. Well, this is the first time they've actually breached the 300 health bonus, get bonus points, but at the same time, they've been close to it every other round. So, I mean, takes them up to 2,632 before finale. So that 900 distance point gap going into this map is well, considerably bigger. Currently at 90, they put another 1,000 on top of that.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, this is the momentum key map, and I think after this, Alerion will have cemented their advantage. I find it unlikely that Velvet Room will actually be able to maintain the health bonus and sustain it until the end, to the extent of needing something like 1,000 bonus.
Yeah, and because it's all, it's based on distance in that sense, I mean, you can just keep dumping cans and get yourself an extra, 400 or 500 points pretty damn comfortably on the finale. And, you've turned it from 1,900 points going into it to, well, unfortunately I haven't played the full round of Survival yet, but with a 13% tank as well. I mean,
actually,
that's not good.
13%. Well, no, it's not good, but I mean, it could be. You could see it as a double-edged sword. I mean, having an early tank like that it can invoke pressure, but it's right at the beginning where usually, on average, the health bonus is the highest, and if they can keep that health bonus high after the tank, then the worst of it is over. It's just on them to keep it good. It's just on them to keep it good and going strong until the end.
Well, Daniel's boomer does get popped. He does already have the tri-cap. I think we might see the tank roll straight in here. Yeah, he is going to roll straight in. Looking for that corner. He's going to throw a rock, so the survivor's get a lot of chance to back out of it. Tank has one survivor separated. He's looking for the intercept. Charger gets the intercept. Charger is so close to being cleared. That smoke is still going on. Charger does get cleared. Coach is free. Sorry, Nick is free, and the tank is going for that. Smoker does get the clear as well. Tank does have a corner, but he's getting absolutely railed at the moment. He does still have a smoker in support, but I think it's time the tank turns around and focuses on someone else. He does still have 300 HP, but he's not going to get anything else. He does get killed. Bit of a shame, really. I mean, the tank had someone separated instantly, which was capitalized on by the smoker. But then the tank kind of sort of stayed in the same place and let everyone else sort of run circles around him. Resulted in a lot of chip, and it resulted in that Charger being cleared, and subsequently Rochelle getting cleared before the in-cap.
Yeah, that tank fight was unusual. I mean, not just from the SI and tank's perspective, but also because the survivors, when near the end there, chasing the survivor who's chasing the tank who started a core of his health remaining, it seemed like they were all struggling individually with commons and the smoker still up. Which didn't really allow him to focus the tank fast and hard when he was cornering Nick.
Well, I mean, they've walked out of that tank fight with considerably more bonus than what I was expecting. So, I mean, That's great for them. I mean, that just closes the gap even more, and it puts them in a much more solid position as well to make up that distance points. We do see a Boomer going out. Yeah, unfortunately, missing, not going to get anything. Boomer does get popped. Hunter's above looking for that damage pound. Smoker coming in from behind as well, as with the Charger. The Hunter doesn't get the damage pounds, gets skeeted for his trouble. The Smoker does get a pull in on Nick in the back, and the Charger has pre-spawn, but at this point he just charges the pillar in frustration, and it looks like he's going to go back for a despawn.
Indeed.
Kiss me, you're on my HUD as a damn spitter.
I think Velverum are going to quickly make it up these escalators before the Charger can be used again, although Sol does have a spitter. Purple's got the Boomer, and we're just waiting a second now for Dana's spawn, which is a Hunter. Boomer getting popped again. It seems like Velverum is stepping up their game a little bit here for map 3.
Through this door.
Well, as you said, it's that momentum map. We do see a Hunter going up in front, looking for that walk hit, but gets shot in the face for his troubles. We do see the Charger coming in from behind with the spitter, but survivors are pretty much onto it now that the Hunter's out of the way. And once again, the Charger's charging the pillar in frustration. They're going back for another despawn. They've still got the hit that they want. I mean, I don't know. I thought we might see them go on the Witch, but they're going to let the Witch go. They do have the Jockey, Spitter, Charger from the previous attack, and they do have the Smoker. So, I mean, there's a lot of damage potential for this hit, but they kind of really need an in-cap, or at least to get Alice or Rochelle. Just to do some damage to that bonus. I mean, I think there's another sort of 2 or 3 sets of pills ahead of them as well. So, I mean, if they give that to the 2 survivors that are bleeding, They're going to be in the safe room with some pretty big bonus.
Could be a massive hit here, though, as a Charger Spitter, as well as a Jockey and Smoke. It's a great separation plus Spit. This could be disastrous for the survivors if they don't get it right. There's a Jockey in the back row, Charger missing, but Jockey landing. They got Ellis in the Spit. Wow, that could have been a lot worse than it actually panned out to be for the survivors. I think they got a lucky break from that, the Charger missing and the Jockey being M2.
Yeah, I mean, they had the right idea, the SI, going for the guys at the back, but unfortunately unable to pull it off, and as a result, they've kind of given away the sort of the really big choke here, which is the escalators. They do have another hit ready to go for the final breach into the alarm area. It is going to be a Smoker, Boomer, Jockey, and a Spitter, so it's a 2-2. Not the best 2-2 in Left 4 Dead history, but it's a 2-2 that can do work in this area. Boomer does proxy on one survivor, so that's going to make it a bit easier for them to sort of funnel this common into one place. But all the time that this boom is delaying, it gives them the opportunity to get that Charger or even the Hunt. We do see the Spit going out, survivors backing out of that. Spitter is still alive, which is kind of important here, because that last spawn's coming up. Oh, and it is the Charger. Nick is taking a lot of damage here from Common. The Smoker's still trying to get that intercept. Everything is still up. Smoker does get that ball. Charger is now coming in. Charger gets the charge. Spit does go down. That's two survivors caught in Spit. Jockey gets a third one. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. They don't clear the Jockey. Two survivors go down. Spitter dies on top of it, which is going to prevent any further pickups. They do get the alarm off, but at the cost of the last of Dolmite's remaining permanent health. But at the same time, they preserved the bonus on the other two survivors.
Yeah, I mean, Velvet Room weren't really sure what exactly was the best course of action to take there with the Horde coming at their face and knowing that a few spawns were up, but not being sure if that fourth spawn was going to come back again soon enough or not. In hindsight, it would have been better for them to just be a little bit aggressive and willing to take a chance and just rush hard into there, saw through the commons, turn off the button, and then deal with the SI that's still hiding in the closet.
Well, I mean, they've got, I'd say, 2 hits left at this point. I believe there's another set of pills just ahead of where the survivors are now as well. So once this hit is dealt with, if they get them pills to the final survivor, that's all 4 moving fast. I don't think they'd even get the hit right outside the safe room door. If they did get it, it would be considerably fractured. Boomer does get popped once again, though Velvet Room doing an excellent job of keeping the booms off themselves.
And they're at full running speed as well, which isn't quite the same thing that Alerion had at this point. So if they can actually deal with this next hit well, I think that's going to be the last hit for Alerion. And Coach baiting the... Sorry, Nick, I believe. But was Coach baiting the Smoker Tongue? Hunter's Blood, as a Hunter on Rochelle. Nick wasn't the bonus, so it's not too bad if he gets caught by the Charger. That could well be the safe room for them, although Purple's going to try and do something solo with the Spitter here.
Yeah, Nick gets black and white, but it's not going to be enough unless they get, a significant charge spit here, which they're just not going to get. Spitter is up, but they're going to be in the safe room, and they do make it with a very impressive 536 bonus. That closes the gap considerably and brings... I mean, they still do need 700 points, but I mean, this does put a little bit more pressure on Alerion to actually make something happen here with the finale itself. I mean, you can't just put in 3 or 4 cans now and expect to get away with it.
Yeah, that, and of course we have the early tank as well. There isn't an early tank anymore before the event, but it will trigger after the elevator reaches the bottom. And if I'm right, I think the rules prohibit anyone from triggering the witch from up above. They have to go down the elevator, trigger the witch as soon as the elevator doors open, and at the same time they open, I believe the tank also spawns. But that depends on whether the witch actually spawns by the elevator door. I've always seen it by the elevator door. I don't actually ever see it on the upper floor.
Well, I guess in one way it's... I think it's a better tank when it's after they reach the bottom of the elevator. Because, this tank can just get... If it spawns early, it gets shredded as it climbs up the hill. And then it gets shredded as it runs towards it. We do see the attack going in though. Boomer does get 1, but the Smoker has already been cleared. The Hunter's been skeeted and everything else is dead, so... We may see a couple of ticks go up here from a boom, but nothing really significant. The real hit is going to come here at the base of the elevator where we do have the witch waiting. Survivors, of course, can't pull her, even though they can probably shoot her from that area pretty comfortably, just because she has a very bad tendency to bug out, and it would count as an intentional bug out in this case.
I might have an idea. Let's go find
Yeah, and the other thing as well to mention about this intro tank is that it is part of the event itself, so therefore, if a tank lives long enough, it being a timer-based tank, there would be a second tank in the mix.
Yeah, we have seen a good few occasions where teams have baited it a little bit too long, keeping this tank alive, and they have spawned a second tank as a result, and it does not go very well. The tank has triggered. We do see the Witch being triggered. Witch gets taken out though. The Smokey does get a pull, but it's nothing significant. Coach is currently giving chase. Smokey's been taken out. Tank is up in the hands of Alexi, and it's on the top floor. I mean, that Witch was dealt with. That whole hit was dealt with actually pretty damn comfortably. Tank probably not as close as the SI would have liked.
Indeed, yeah. What's going to be interesting now is how Alerion decides to defend against this tank, because they're going to be the opposite side, and usually most Survivor teams, I think, would actually try and hide directly underneath where the tank is. If the Boomer comes in, landing one on Nick, I'm going to give him a bit of common support to work with. Only a Smoker and Jockey and the remaining support for this particular attack if it decided to go in, which they do indeed. Jockey rock is in, lands on Coach. He's going to try and fire that rock. Not going anywhere near the Survivors though.
Well, see, this is one problem that this tank has now. Without an in-cap from that Witch, you've got no one bleeding, so the Survivors have no real need to play with full caution like you'd normally see in this area. So, I mean, they're pretty much comfortable to sort of skeep these rocks, LOS, and deal with the 102 tripling in SI at their leisure. I mean, tank, yeah, it's still doing great. He's still sat at 5,940 HP, but I mean, he's got no frustration to speak of. He's already on second pass. They do have the hit up, but I think with a tank in this situation, I wouldn't sacrifice this hit for the rock. Get my damn tank in there. They are going to, looks like they're going to rocket this Boomer in, or at least try to. Boomer spawn does get blocked at the last second. Tank does commit, and he's getting railed. Survivors backing up to the opposite side. All the SI have to reposition. Boomer does get a nice tri-boom though. Tank has got his corner, but he does miss a punch. Survivors are just focusing this tank. The SI are taking way too long to get in. Once again, Tank's getting juked. Tank is dead. Hunter's been skeeted. Smoker's taken out. Terrific tri-boom. The rest of the SI just too slow to help capitalize on that.
Yeah, it's a shame for Alexi. I mean, I think he only got one hit out of our tank as well, and the tri-boom was magnificent, but the rest of the support just didn't show up in time. And amazingly enough, the three people who were boomed were the ones who still focused the tank. Obviously, because the commons weren't really there in time either.
Well, the Survivors are getting these gas cans pretty damn quick. The SI hit is finally up. Charger, Jockey, Boomer, and the Spit. Looks like they are going to try and spit on this can, but the Charger mystery's in. He gets absolutely nothing. Jockey does get a ride. Spit is going to get a single can though. Jockey does get cleared. Boomer gets popped, and that one common, that one Survivor that's. Oh no, is that going to be another gas can?
They almost threw it into the fire. Almost.
Who's Coach?
It's Dana.
Dana, I thought it was purple. I was hoping it was purple, so I'd have someone to blame. Well, they're still getting them cans in pretty damn quick. They're currently up to 5 cans. There's a stick scan laying right beside them with the car. Survivors are getting pretty split though, and they've got to be careful because that SI hit is coming up, and they do have a tri-cap. They do have a spitter once again, but the Hunter is going in here. He does overshoot his pounce a little bit. Smoker does get a pull, gets a lead chance. Charger looking to intercept on this, misses Ellis. Ellis swings in the back and hits him with the nightstick, but the Charger's down to virtually no HP. The Hunter is dead. Charger coming back and looking for a sneaky fist in on Ellis, but he's going to get the clear. And a subsequent pickup on Rochelle. The Smoker is still up though, but he's in no real position to make anything happen. They're getting cans in still. They're up to 8 now of 13. We are going to see another tank momentarily, but at the rate the Survivors are moving,
Look out now!
oh, I don't know. This could be straight up to the 10th. They're probably going to be on the 10th can, possibly even have the 11th and 12th waiting to go in that car as this tank spawns. Smoker once again underneath the Survivors looking for that lead check, but they're just moving in a way which is really making it difficult for him to get that pull. He's been chipped down to 52 HP. He's guarding the last 2 cans. Survivor's obviously not going to just throw cans down because it just gives the SI an opportunity to put a spitter on that. Boomer is going to try and rock it in. He gets popped for his try. Beaten by Rochelle. Alice puts 1 can. We've got another can waiting at the car. The Hunter misses a damage pounce. Jockey gets shut down. Hunter's killed. The very low HP Smoker is going to get picked. Tank is up. Final tank in the hands of Dolomite. They do have...
He's on the ground level, and he's not in a great position, especially if the survivors can actually hear out where he is.
He's in a pretty bad place in that little doorway. Survivors thankfully aren't looking for him, and he's going to start losing frustration very quickly. They do have a pretty good hit, though, to accompany him.
There's a one-boom landing at the back, and Tank is be using it as a distraction, possibly to get out of there. They know now where he is. It's not going to get many options to him if they decide to chase him. It does go around the back, though, to climb out away from harm's way.
Well, it's kind of wise for the survivors not to really push the tank. I mean, yeah, it's a great area to get some chip in, but when there's a single boom out on one of the survivors, there's at least 2 SI in the wind waiting.
And he's going in.
Yeah, shit, he is committing rather bit prematurely, I find. Survivors once again doing a great job of missing them punches, just drilling the tank from all angles. Rock misses, Smoker gets picked, Charger whiffs. Tank is being focused by Ellis and Michelle in the front. The Hunter's jumping around, does get a momentary cap. Tank's going to capitalise on the clear. Looks for the corner on Coach, gets 2 hits in on him. But this tank is dead before he gets a chance to really get anywhere. He's down to 225 HP. At this point, I don't think the survivors are going to wait around for him to lose. I think they're just going to start making a move for these cans.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, they've got one end of the mall, or the atrium, 2 others at the opposite end. They don't have to go up to the top level anymore. And this is pretty simple for them. They can just grab the cans and then just drop down without having to follow the conventional path or take the stairs.
Yep, this tank is trying to block those last 2 cans, but he's got no health to speak of. He does belt a rock out, he misses it. Charger gets an intercept, gets a slam, does get cleared. The jockey's coming in, tank rock does land, boomer lands in the back, tank's dead, Smoker's got a cap going in the front, but that's the last 2 cans picked up for the survivors. Third is waiting right beside the getaway vehicle, and they're going for this. There's no SI to hit on them at all.
And there's not been a single in-cap either. I mean, Downer's health is pretty much gone in terms of pun, but no in-cap, so that's going to be a little extra multiplier bonus for them.
And the Witch was crowned as well, so that's another extra 20 points on top of them. But we do see Team Alerion making the rescue. All 4 survivors intact, no in-caps going out. Just waiting for the little video to get out of the way and give me the final health bonus.
3,996.
So almost 4k on dead center for Team Alerion. Mathematics, possible comeback?
It's mathematically possible, but very
morally
improbable.
Impossible.
Oh shit, man, we missed him. This apocalypse started to piss me
I
off.
don't know, let's see, let's go back to the save for me. What do the SI have? Let's see, shit, my spec cut is not working. There it goes. I fixed it, it's okay. Crisis averted. Well, we do see the SI vacating the safe room. We do have a Smoker that gets... Well, actually, the Smoker does not get popped as quick as I thought. It was the Boomer getting popped. Spitter does go up.
Suddenly somehow got locked into common view.
Spectate.
It's alright, it seems to be fixed now. But for a second I was actually following the perspective of common infected.
Shut up, Inspector.
Rochelle.
Well, let's see if we can see this witch handled just as, well, smoothly as the last round.
Anybody got an idea? Speak up. We listen.
And they do have a pretty good hit to go in on it as well. Final spawn coming up, and it is going to be a hunter, so they do have the tri-cap. I mean, they're going to lose one of them cappers to the tank, because I can't remember who is actually the tank for this. I think it's going to be, no, it won't be purple again.
Have to gas it up before we haul ass.
As soon as these doors open, get ready to move.
But tank is now in play. We do see the Boomer getting pulled. Witch gets pulled, Witch gets taken out, Jockey gets ended and shut down, Hunter's jumping around, Smoker's up in ghost mode, Hunter getting skeeted. Tank is up indeed, and, well, flawless.
Yeah, it's Sol who's got the tank. And, almost landed that rock, but getting skeeted. And survivors this time are going to take a different approach by hiding directly underneath. So the LOS is definitely going out, and tank's going to be on second pass any second now.
Well, there's one thing I'll say about Velvet Room. They do have a very solid way of taking the tanks. I mean, I think, if anything, most of Alerion's players are very threatening tank players, but the tank has committed. He's looking for that corner on Ellis. But Ellis is using the double pistols to slow him down, but the tank does get a quick corner nonetheless. Boomer gets popped, but the tank is getting punched. Ellis is down to low HP. Charger coming in from a mile off and missing everything in the result. Smoker looking to try and intercept one survivor. Nice curve rock going out, but not landing anything. Tank is going to try and climb out of there, but he's down to 500 HP. Pretty much the ideal sort of commit that Velvet Room would have wanted in this situation. No one really down from this tank. Yeah, sure, one survivor's down to about 50% HP, but this tank isn't going to be able to do anything. It's down to 20% frustration, it's got no health to speak of. I'm surprised to see them not going just straight for cans.
The tank is now AI on 450 HP. Going for that one last rock. Not landing. Hunter almost landing that DP though on Coach. Jockey coming in, getting dead stopped.
That is the tank dealt with indeed. Now it's all for them cans. We do see a Boomer falling in. He's not going to get anyone. He just kind of does a sprinkler effect on the banister. Charger is up, however. Charger goes in, but Charger's way too early and gets shut down and taken out. We do see a good few GGs going out. But we are going to see the survivors start making their way towards these cans, and they're pretty confident to split up at this point. They only have one capper up to really do anything. Yeah, sure, the hunter can get one survivor, but I mean, I think the smoke is a bit more key here.
I got this one.
I got this one.
And again, common views.
Please spectate, stop breaking thing. You do see the hunter jumping underneath the survivors, just causing a bit of, it's called a scare tactics here. Should he show his face a bit prematurely, it is going to get taken off by the barrel of a shotgun. We do see a smoker looking for that pull on the top, but he does get the pull, but unfortunately none of the other cappers are there to capitalise and stop Nick from making the clear. But they do get a nice bit of damage in on Ellis, but not really who they would have wanted, considering Alexi was the one who took the first few hits from that tank.
Yeah, I was starting to get the cans as well. But I think the way they're going at the moment, they might have a tank sooner than what Alerion managed, the way they were getting those cans in fast.
Well, this second tank, or this final tank, is going to have to do a lot of work.
I got this one.
With the way the cans are split up at the moment, there is good opportunity to try and make something happen. We are going to see a smoke go out, Misty Charge coming in, Hunter landing for a long time though, and the smoker pulling for the intercept. Charger is still up and goes for this city. So that's a bit more damage. But once again, they need something big.
Well, let's see where the other cans are. They've got about 4 more on the next level up. And they got that one that Dolomite just passed it open.
Yeah, that seems to be the traditional tactic still for this map. It's just pop. Oh, now seeing Fallout's going over about saving the spitter. A boom does go out on one survivor, and the spitter is looking for the traditional strategy of spitting on cans, but he's not going to get anything. The 2 cans have been thrown down. Spitter has been taken out.
Yeah, Sol again getting the other tank for this atrium finale.
Did Coach just jump off the railing and lose like 20 HP?
He did, yes.
Oh, damn it, Coach. Well, the 2 cans are down from up top. There's still 2 cans on the middle floor. But this tank is currently losing himself at the moment. Boomer does go in, gets a Boomer and 1 survivor. I don't know what you think, Dragon. Do we AI this time? Do you see a smoke?
Much we would like to see it, but he's going to jump in when he's on first pass.
Yep.
And Commons are slowly converging. They're trying to reach it. There is a punch going out on Ellis. Puts Alexi down.
Thanks for that second call. Smoker's got an intercept. Tank's going to intercept Coach. 1 more punch and Coach is down. That's 3 survivors down. This could be it.
think it's gonna be. There's a Hunter as well on Rochelle's back.
Tank gets the punch. Hunt looking for that intercept. Hunter gets the intercept. Tank found the 700 HP, but that's the GG's going out. So, very impressive tank right in the right when they needed it. Solid clutch tank being played. Final score is Team Alerion with 3,996. The Team Velvet Room's 2,441. So, commiserations to Velvet Room and congratulations to Alerion. Seem to all fall apart.